It's amazing to me how sometimes something as simple as going to a baseball game can make you realize that there are just certain things in this life that don't make sense, and that we really need to be paying more attention to the things we allow to happen and things that we don't allow to happen. And this past Labor Day weekend on Monday, my wife and I went to a baseball game between the Texas Rangers and the New York Yankees. And I didn't think when we left for that game that I was going to have such a profound epiphany. That's exactly what happened. I'm the kind of guy who takes my family's safety and security very seriously. And even though I live in the great state of Texas where we have constitutional carry, I still have a license to carry, or what we refer to as an LTC in the state of Texas. In your state, it may be called a concealed carry license. But the LTC covers me so that way I can conceal carry and open carry. I do this because I want the state to know that I am a upstanding citizen. I will happily submit my fingerprints to the state of Texas, and I will conduct myself appropriately when handling and carrying a firearm. That being said, I knew full well that I was not going to be able to constitutionally carry when I went to the ballpark to watch the Rangers game. So I went to the website to look because in addition to carrying a firearm, I always carry a knife with me, sometimes two, usually two. And I always carry a buck 110 on my belt. And then lately I've been carrying a fox knife karambit. Now, I wanted to find out if, since I knew I was going to have to leave my gun in the truck, would I be able to carry my knives into Globe Life? Upon searching the website, I realized, nope, that's not going to happen. You cannot carry weapons of any kind into the ballpark. There's metal detectors, this, that, and the other. Even in the state of Texas, they have now gotten to the point where you can't even carry a pocket knife into a ball game. So, annoyed but armed with that information, we get in the truck and we drive out to the ball game. Again, I leave my pistol secured in the truck, and we walk up to the ball game. So as I was approaching the stadium, I was taking video and pictures, at different locations as we walked up, and I was using my newer mini tripod and camera mount. It's just a handheld thing. It's not technically a selfie stick. It just basically gives me a little bit more extension, and I can angle the camera or my phone a little bit better in order to get nicer, cleaner images. So we're walking up to get in line for the metal detector, and one of the security officers flags me over, and he says, "Sir, you can't enter the ballpark with that." I said, "With what?" He said, "With your selfie stick." I said, "It's not a selfie stick, it's just a mini tripod and camera mount so that way I can get a better angle. It's not a stick." And he said, "Yeah, no, these are the rules. You can't take it in." I said, "I checked the rules as what I could carry in, and I didn't see anything listed on the website saying I couldn't bring this. It makes no sense to me." And he said, "Sorry, those are the rules. You either have to walk it back to your vehicle," which was quite a distance from where we parked to the ballpark. I either had to walk it back because there's no shuttles, or I had to surrender it to them. I was like, "You're kidding." And he said, "No." So I begrudgingly handed it over and went through the metal detector, and I was, needless to say, I was annoyed. So were some of the people going into the stadium with me, so much so that when we were in the gift shop searching for some ball caps and things like that to get to wear during the game, one of the other gentleman who was attending the game approached me, and he said, "What was that all about?" and was asking me about that. And he's like, "Did you have to surrender it?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, it's ridiculous that they don't allow us to carry anything in but our phones. As I said earlier, I take my family's security very seriously. It's why I conceal carry, it's why I carry pocket knives, and it's why I'm constantly aware of my surroundings. And as I was thinking about what he said, it dawned on me that these rules, one, are stupid, and two, these rules are making us targets for criminals. Think about it. We're going to something as American as a baseball game on a Labor Day weekend, and I'm not allowed to carry my firearm that I am licensed to carry in the state of Texas and throughout the United States. I'm not allowed to carry a pocket knife or even a tripod that has some weight to it. I'm not allowed to carry any of that into the stadium. Don't you think that criminals know this? And that they know people leaving the stadium are soft targets now? Because they know they're not allowed to carry a firearm. They know they're not allowed to carry pocket knives or any weapons of any kind, let alone a selfie stick to beat you away with. What do we have walking out to our cars? Our keys that are no longer keys, they're just fobs. So what are we going to do, fob somebody to death? No, nobody's going to run in fear because you brandish your fob. Remember how they used to tell us back in the 80s, use your keys as a weapon, you can put them between your things. Well, now we don't even have that option. So they're literally making us targets to where we can't defend ourselves if somebody decides to wait in the parking lot and attack us as we're walking out to our vehicles. Now, yeah, I know what you're saying. There's crowds of people around and this, that, and the other. But how many times have you seen something happening on the street, somebody getting accosted or an argument or what looked to be an altercation? How many times have you stopped and gotten involved? Yeah, that's my point. Most people don't. They just stick to themselves, keep their head down, and walk on by as you get mugged, robbed, or worse. We see it all the time in the news. People getting shot and killed because criminals know you're a soft target in certain cities. And now, even in a place like the state of Texas, I'm thinking about these rules and regulations that they have in place when you attend things like a baseball game or a football game or a hockey game, and they're literally making us soft targets. It's the same thing that happens at schools and why you see incidents happening there. It's because the criminals know it's a soft target. Nobody there is going to be armed to stop them from doing the harm they want to do. It's one of those things that as a man, it infuriates me because they are handcuffing me and my ability to ensure my family's safety. And quite frankly, it pisses me off. What do you think? Am I overreacting, or is this a valid concern that we should actually think about, especially in an election year when we've got some really tough decisions to make? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about all of this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Do you think it's not important and we shouldn't even be talking about it? As always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the comment section.